Okay, hi everybody. We're going to be doing videos with Explain Everything. And this is a new setup that I'm using of Dan's, so it might be a little bit awkward. Okay, let me get rid of that right there. And Explain Everything is kind of like a PowerPoint, but it also allows me to import images into my iPad, either a digital form, a paper form, a book, a real life picture, and then modify it and then actually record over it. So I find it is like a little bit more flexible than PowerPoint because of the camera function and the accessibility of the iPad. When you get more comfortable with it, you can combine multiple apps. But for this example, we're just going to do something really simple, and we're going to graph a point on a coordinate plane. So I've got this little paper right here, this little worksheet that was made that shows a coordinate plane. It's got some basic directions on it, and I'm going to put this guy into my iPad as painlessly as possible. So I'm going to be using the camera of the iPad, and I'm going to use Explain Everything. So, let me get out of here, show you where Explain Everything is. So Explain Everything is this guy. I click it. I'm going to create a new project. Discard you. Plus, there's 4 palettes. I choose the white one because when you print, that comes out the cleanest. And to import photos or anything really, you use this little plus right here, and it gives you an option. I can do a photo on the camera roll. I can take a new photo. If you get more advanced, you can do a video. You can go to your web browser and search for something. You can put in a soundtrack, an MP4. It takes pretty much any type of soundtrack, or you can write in an equation. I don't use this one very often because I tend to use the new photo. Watch. I'll show you what I mean here. It's much easier to write it with a pencil and then just do this little guy right here. I've got my picture. I'm gonna take a picture of it with my camera, which you can't see, but I'll show you tomorrow. Boom. So I took a picture of it in Explain Everything, and I'm going to click Use Photo. It has all the basic editing tools that you would expect from a camera app. I'm going to use the little square guy. I'm going to grab only the coordinate plane. I use a stylus because it's a little bit easier for me to manipulate on the screen because my fingers are a little bit non-dexterous, but I'm much better with a pencil. So these styluses right here, I think it was 20 styluses for $4, which, you know, it's not bad. I click done again, and now I've got it. And now it's just like any object, except I can use my fingers to pinch it. A lot of times I'll be using both hands on the screen. And I'm just going to put this guy right here, double click it, and it kind of writes itself. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to insert the directions, not because I want to read them, but because some students like to learn by reading. So I'm going to put all this in there with a photo also. And there it is. I'm going to grab it. And you can crop and pick and choose whatever portions you want. You can take a better picture than I did, but I'm trying to be quick here and efficient so you're not stuck watching me do this. I want you to work on it yourself. And I'm going to do a basic recording with it right now so that you can see some of the functionality of it. This guy right here does the recording. There's a mic that you can turn it on and off. And I'll show you how they work together. I say a picture's worth 1,000 words, but I think a video is worth maybe 1,000,000. I don't know. We'll see. Here we go. Record on. So, hi everybody. We're going to be working on a coordinate plane right now. Let me show you a coordinate plane. That's this guy right here, if you haven't seen it. Then you have an x-axis right here. You want to label it in the corner, and you have a y-axis right here. The x-axis is like a number line, basically, that has positives on one side, negatives on another. On the other side, in the y-axis, same thing. It's like a number line that's like up and down, but the positives are on the top and the negatives on the bottom. I'm going to show you how to use this guy to graph a coordinate plane. If you want to read the directions, it'll be a good time to pause your video and read the directions. Okay, I'm going to stop right there, and then I'm going to play you what I just recorded. So, hi everybody. We're going to be working on a coordinate plane right now. Let me show you a coordinate plane. That's this guy right here, if you haven't seen it. You have an x-axis right here. You want to label it in the corner, and you have a y-axis right here. The x-axis is like a number line, basically, that has positives on one side, negatives on another. Okay, you get the idea right there. Watch this though. Let's say that I want to edit it. I'm gonna go back over here. You have an x-axis right there. I want to show them the x-axis more clearly, because even though I was pointing to it, nothing showed up on my screen because it's only recording what's being touched here. I'm going to use this highlighter function. You've got different options. I like to use red dot guy or arrow guy. Some kids like to use lightsaber guy. I find it's a little bit distracting when you're making an instructional video, but when the kids are doing their own, I let them use whichever one they want. You can change the colors here. You can change the pointer style. But I'm going to go to the spot in my video where I talk about the x-axis. X-axis. It's right there. I noted it there. I'm going to push the mix mode on recording. So that way when I record, it doesn't delete. It's just going to make like another track above this one. I'm going to not say any words. And when I do that, I like to turn the mic off. But I am going to just point to the x-axis. So watch, I'm going to combine these two tracks into one. Let's see what that did. X-axis right here, you want to label it in the corner, and you have a y-axis right here. So I guess I need to do the y-axis. Maybe I'll do a different color. I'll do green. This is, there you go. Let's use lightsaber. And it gets a little bit tricky. I like to use two hands on here, stylus here, and finger to control. Once you get it pretty quick at these, it only takes you maybe 4 or 5 minutes to make a video, which I find that's the most I really want to spend on this kind of thing. Now let's see what that did. So let's look at the whole thing together. Axis right here, you want to label it in the corner, and you have a y-axis right here. The x-axis is like a number line, basically, that has positives on one side, negatives on. You probably want to do a little bit better job with it than I did right there. The other thing you can do is you can write on the video. So I'm going to just add something on here. It's not going to take away the sound. So I have the sound off, and I'm going to push record. I'm going to put the point. Oh, that's a terribly thick line. Let's go to a smaller one. Now let's see what that did. The other side in the y-axis, same thing. It's like a number line that's like up and down, but the here it is. I wrote right there. You can see it. And the negatives on the bottom. I'm going to show you how to use this guy. Okay, we have like most of the basics that you're going to need to make your video right now. Ooh, I've been out of camera the whole time, I think. Remember, the functions on the left-hand side right here, these guys, I would advise you to open them up. You can click them, but you can also click and hold to open up like a little sub-menu. Down here acts like a tape recorder that lets you record your voice and whatever you're doing on the screen at the same time. The most common ones are this little highlighter guy I use, and then either the pencil mode or the pen mode. Okay, so in the training tomorrow, we're gonna attempt to do our own version of this. It's gonna be pretty fun, and then we'll share them out. So I hope that helped. And I'm looking forward to showing you guys a little bit more tomorrow.